Yo, what in the actual hell is going on, Americans? Jericho Green here with you once again. And you knew it was going to happen. I even posted it on my Facebook page yesterday. You knew the mainstream mediocres were going to try to part their distended rectums and shit all over what Trump did. What he did in North Korea. That was unprecedented, and it was unprecedented. It had never been done before by any sitting U.S. president. Others have been there and reached over and shook hands, but none have ever stepped foot into North Korea. And of course, some of the headlines were that. Oh, just a couple steps? Motherfucker, let's see you go over there and step a couple steps over into North Korea. You'd be shitting your Huggies and you know it. But they got to downplay everything he does. It doesn't matter if Trump cured cancer. They say, well, he didn't cure it last week. Why did he wait so long? It doesn't matter. And how these people can look at themselves in the fucking mirror and try to come up with these bullshit teardowns of what the man did. This shit was huge. And before, you guys are telling me, oh shit, Trump, he's talking shit about Kim Jong-un over Twitter, called him Rocket Man. He's talking shit, he's going to set him off. Next thing you know, here come the ICBMs. That didn't happen. So now he restarts negotiations for them to disarm nuclearly. Is that a word? Basically, they're restarting talks for them to stop making nuclear weapons and stop fucking around. Only, one of them actually said, only restarting talks. That's it. This isn't two people that are mad at each other and they're finally coming together to talk. We're talking about a fucking dictator with nuclear capabilities. So now that he's having peace talks with the man, you guys are mad that he didn't turn North Korea into fucking Hiroshima, the sequel. Which one is it? How do you want it? You're mad because he might set the man off, and then you're mad when he sits the man down for fucking peace talks. And they're saying, oh, it's all bark, no bite. Kim Jong-un's playing him. He's just talking. Talking is how it starts, people. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. It takes time to talk a crazy man off the ledge. And speaking of how crazy he is, oh, Trump is praising dictators. That's what old Schumer, 50% of Shalosi. That's what that deviant, devilish-looking piece of shit said. He said, and I quote, the worst few days in American foreign policy. He's praising dictators. He wasn't praising him. This is all part of the long game. This man knows what he's doing. He's negotiating. He's buttering him up. He's appealing to his ego. You think a dictator might have a big ego, dummy? How many times does Trump have to prove to you he knows what he's doing when it comes to the art of the deal? Huh, you heard that one before? He wrote a damn book on it. But everything he does chums the waters of stupidity for our fucking mainstream mediocres. And Chuck Schumer, of all people, have the nerve to say, and I quote again, he doesn't have principles about what the rule of law is. You, as a sitting Democrat, are going to tell us that he doesn't know what the rule of law means? Are you talking about the same laws that you were in favor of as far as immigration 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, Chuck? When you were saying that illegals shouldn't be allowed to come across the border? That we need to build a wall? You mean that rule of law you were in such favor of 10 years ago? What happened? But we know what it is, people. 3 letters. TDS. The shit is real. It doesn't matter what Trump says, right or wrong. They are after. Whatever the opposite is of what he says, that's what they're going after. No matter what he does, it's bad. Cheeto skin bad. But you, where all of these fuckers running for president of your party put their hands in the air when those, what you call a moderator, asked how many of you are in favor of insurance for illegals. Illegals. That spits in the face of the rule of law, correct? So these clowns are going to be the head of your fucking party are saying they want to give insurance to illegals. Who's paying for that? We are. Do you think we want to? So what happens when you take money from somebody who doesn't want to give it to you? It's called robbery. That's against the law as well. You hypocritical piece of shit. And another thing I saw, a common theme through all these headlines was this was hastily and sloppily done. It was just put together so quickly. Just, oh, hey, you want to meet? All right, let's do that. Let's go. Like, how do you want the man to do it? He got him to meet. To me and you, on a regular man's level, who's not a fucking world leader, when we're in town, it's, hey, man, I'm in town. You want to grab some dinner? When you're the leader of the free world or a world leader, it's more like, hey, man, I'm in town. You want to talk about some nuclear shit? It's a little bit different. It's on a different level. But every opportunity, they got to tear this shit down. They can't let them have a win. But that's all right. Because we, the people, know that you fuckers in the mainstream mediocres are crazy. We know that you're biased. We know that you're hell-bent on tearing down Trump, which means you're hell-bent on tearing down us. But we know that. So what do? When you see a crazy person coming down the street, you give them space. That's what they're giving you. Go ahead, talk your stupid shit. Go ahead and shoot holes in everything this man is doing for our world. That's all right. We know you're fucked up. But to them, this is the worst thing he's ever done. And they're saying that his administration is divided under the way he went about this. I don't give a fuck, and I'm sure he doesn't either. His administration or his employees, they can get in line with him or they can get in the unemployment line. It's up to you. But it's divided his administration. So? You think he's worried about that shit? You think he's worried about what his staff thinks? Of course, he'll take what they say under advisement. He'll consider what they say, but ultimately, he's making the decision. So like I said, the best thing for them to do is fall in line. And that's what they'll do. But you knew this shit was coming. As soon as you saw a moment this big in history, you knew they couldn't wait to shit on it. And what's fucked up is, you know damn good and well, if the chosen one, Obama, not only a few months ago when he sat down with him in Saigon, that was crazy too. But if Obama were to step foot into North Korea and be the first sitting president to do so, all those fools on the left couldn't wait to pull their little dicks out and start journal. Obama, oh my God, you're so fucking awesome, Obama. You got him to sit down with you, Obama. Y'all would have his dick so far in your throat, he could rest his balls in your clavicles. You know these little divots here, these little buckets, little cups? That's where he'd be resting his balls, because he'd be sack deep in your throat. You wouldn't know what to do with yourself. Anderson Pooper, fucking Ricky Matto, Donna Lamone, that greasy lip bitch. Fucking Joy Reid with her high, tight fade. You'd all be coming all over yourselves because the exalted one did what no other president can do. That's the hypocrisy. You guys don't have to be a fan of Trump, but tell the truth. Remember, a long time ago, I'm old enough to remember when we went to the media and to news outlets for the truth, not their opinion, not what their handlers told them to say, not who their handlers told them to go after. We went to them for the truth because we're out here living life, raising kids, working, building and keeping America going. So when we sit down at night, put our feet up and turn on channel whatever at 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock, we tuned in for the truth. What's been going on while we've been out there handling business? You were supposed to keep your finger on the pulse of what our government was doing. Now you work for one side of the government. Could you imagine if Obama did that? It would be news pornography everywhere. All of them would just be fucking stroking themselves on TV because the chosen one did something that historic. That's fucked up. But it's all right. We know how big that moment was. We know how important that was. And we know how important we are to the president. So I say to all of the mainstream mediocres, all of the all of the left-wing media, fuck you all. And go 45. And when he finally gets Kim Jong-un to sign on the dotted line to close down their largest nuclear facility, then what? Then it sounds like, then there will be some bite with that bark. Then what the fuck are they going to say? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Now let me get in here and enjoy this quiet house because my kid's asleep. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.